more sales on Instagram via Instagram DMs. Selling. I would say that in many cases it is the solution to a lot of problems. I personally consider it like an art, like poetry, music.
Anyway, please do not misinterpret the fact that I am talking right now as genuine interest in art and attempt to discuss it with me further. End of speech.
Why did I say that selling is a solution to a lot of problems? Well, see, in a time of crisis, being able to sell something can be a difference maker. And it can be the difference between being able to provide for your family and not being able to. Let's say that you are a business owner and you have a digital marketing agency like me, and you decided to niche down and only serve restaurants, and you lost 4 clients. If you are able to sell your services into just one client, this can be the difference between closing the doors, closing the shop, and staying open throughout the crisis, being able to wait it out. Or you were just fired from your job, and having just one client paying you even just $500 a month can be the difference maker to provide for your family, even if it takes you a lot of time to provide for that client, daily tasks. Not to mention that if you can sign a 1.5k up to 2k higher ticket client, I consider everyone above 1.5k higher ticket. Some people, have way bigger clients than me. That can be a life changer. So selling, I would consider it an art. And if you do consider it an art as well, make sure you comment down selling is an art in the comment section down below. In this video, we'll be very specific, but I'll also show you the core principles that you need to understand, and I'll walk you through, take you by the hand to help you understand how to sell on Instagram via the Instagram DMs. We'll be very specific in some strategies, and actually the strategies I use and I help some of my clients use as well. And that's all for free. You just gotta wait and watch the video until the end, but get some coffee, wine, whatever you choose, sit back, relax and enjoy. So first of all, I had a whole video, and you can see it in the cards above it, on how to tag products in your Instagram page. So if you're running an Instagram business page, you can tag products if you already have a shop. This is one of the ways to make money on Instagram, but this way has an even lower barrier of entry because you don't need expensive product, good photography, then tagging it, stuff like that. You can just go ahead and do it with the Instagram DMs. And all I want is you to like this video. It really motivates me to do more videos, and it helps this video be shown to more people like you that need to see it in this time of crisis. And if you are interested in business tips and growing on Instagram, make sure you click the subscribe button as well. And I want to help you out, so let's start with the shoutout rules. If you want to be shouted out in one of the next episodes, make sure you comment down below something that you've learned from this video or something that you've absolutely hated about it for a chance to be featured in one of the next episodes. And if you, in fact, want to know if you are the shoutout winner, make sure you stick until the end. So first, when we start the topic of selling on Instagram, we gotta decide, are we selling a product or a service? There's so many things that we should consider when it comes to those. And a lot of tips, and this is a bonus tip. If you stayed until here, you get a lot of value from the things I'm about to tell you. First of all, why should you decide if you're selling a product or service? Products are like selling cups, selling chairs, lights, right? Services like instrument management, digital, graphic design, developing something, programming, creating websites, plumbing as well. These are services. Cleaning, having a cleaning company. So yeah, product or service, decide on that. Why should you decide on that? First of all, especially if you're running an Instagram page or a Shopify store e-commerce business and you're taking payments online. To take a payment online, you need a payment processor like PayPal, Stripe, and so on. A lot of people won't tell you that when they're telling you and advertising drop shipping or drop servicing. They won't tell you the real situation that payment processors hate services in general because it's really easy to do money laundering with them first, and second of all, because it's really hard when it comes to chargebacks, and the chargeback rate is very high. So if you're selling shoutouts on Instagram and this is a service, your chargeback rate can be up to the roof. If you have over a 2%, which is not that much, for every $1,000 you will receive only 20 bucks charge back. That's not that high, and you're already in trouble because that's 2% of your revenue. So yeah, services get charged back a lot, and it's really hard to prove whether or not you send the item provided the service, because it's not a tangible item for say that you're sending out to someone. So this is one of the core things you gotta decide on when you're deciding whether or not you're gonna provide a service or a product. Also, merchant accounts on PayPal get closed a lot. If you're doing drop shipping and that's a product, you'll have money held because of the chargebacks, because of the long dispatching time, shipping time, and so on. There's so many things you need to consider prior to doing that. And someone else would just say, go on the DMs, you know, start conversations, stuff like that. But I'm telling you actual things because I've actually done it. I run 3 businesses, actual businesses. So I have an e-commerce website that has over 10 employees. 2 of them are freelancers that help part-time. I have an agency, and I have this YouTube channel, which I consider a business because it's taken a lot of my time. And this is my best investment so far. I'm spending most time with it. So I have the experience. I'm making all the mistakes possible, and you can learn from them. This is what I'll tell you that others want. Payment processors. One more thing that I wrote down is actually, business strategy and customer acquisition. Also, are you going to sell high ticket or low ticket items? So high ticket items are expensive stuff, low ticket items, cheap stuff. If you're selling expensive stuff, you can basically spend more money to get a customer. And this is the customer acquisition cost. So you buy a customer with your marketing and you sell a customer by providing him with a service. And if you know some of your numbers already when you're deciding what you're going to sell, that will be very good, especially niche. This is also one very important thing that you should know when you're starting to sell. Like, some people will tell you you shouldn't know your niche, but most of these people want you to hear what you want to hear. And I'm telling you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. So you need to have a niche. Why do you need to have a niche? So many things, and I'm telling you again from experience. I had a client, he couldn't advertise his product directly on Instagram. What we had to do instead was figure out an interest that his core audience is interested in. That if that audience is interested in this thing that we can advertise for, they're automatically interested in his market value thing, right? So if it's something that's against the Instagram TOS, or like a lot of things are against Instagram TOS, betting, like we're not talking about the adult stuff, that's obvious, but like a lot of stuff. A lot of health products can be against the TOS, some things that might have copyright infringement. There's just a lot of things, or they don't have copyright infringement, but then someone might continuously report the ad or something like that. I don't want to go too much into detail, but this is where you gotta know the niche inside out, and you have to know it specifically, because based on that, your efforts will be different. So when it comes to selling on Instagram via Instagram DMs, there's 2 main friends I need you to get acquainted with, and those are stories and quick replies. They will make your life so much easier. And if you've managed to stay so long and you've seen these, make sure you comment out below legend, because you're a legend, and what you learn will save you so much time. So how can you combine those 2 friends, and why do you need them to start conversations? So there's a basic principle. Negotiate from a position of strength, not a position of weakness. If you're going out to someone on their DMs and you're saying, are you interested in that? You're negotiating from a position of weakness, because you're offering them something. If you make them want something from you and they approach you, you're negotiating from a position of strength. This is just a very basic and blatant example. We can go a lot in depth about it, but let's start from here. My strategy here is to create Instagram polls, really good Instagram stories, quizzes, polls, stuff like that. And based on the results I get on the post, I start conversation. So let's say that I'm selling toilet paper. I would do something like, are you interested in these babies right here? I know you've been running out of toilet paper, and what you gonna do when you go to the bathroom? What, go to the shower? No, you're gonna use toilet paper. So vote yes or no, do you want them? Okay, so we have the story right here. And are you interested? Want some? I made it as a funny example, and this is on purpose because I want you to remember it. So based on this yes or no poll, we will start conversations with people. So they're already a little bit hotter audience. We know if they're interested or not. We can start conversations based on that. So let's say that you're getting a lot of replies, right? You're getting a good amount of profile visits on your page, and then you're getting a lot of DMs and, votes. How can you reply quickly? And I'll show you a way right here. Okay, so let's say we're talking about this story that I did today. So I have a yes and no, right? And I have people that said no, I have people that said yes. So what we can do to start a sale potentially would be starting to DM someone, for example, this guy, and we just type in this quick replies, and you just hit the plus sign and you have a shortcut that can be no answers. And you say, hey, what if it's buy to get free discount? So when we go ahead and save that, you can see if I just click this one, I automatically have this quick reply here, and we can go ahead and actually have the yes answers saved as well. And based on that, we can actually sell. So to be able to sell, to actually be able to sell stuff on Instagram, you might agree that you actually need an engaged audience or an audience. And you might be asking, well, how do I get an audience? And my suggestion is checking the cards above. I have over 100 videos on how to grow on Instagram and applying these strategies to grow an audience. But another way that you can do is to actually try and go on relevant pages like yours, and make it a habit when you wake up, DM like 12, 20 or 30 people with the same quick reply strategy to start conversations with cold audiences, people that don't know you. Even if they don't buy from you, they can be your followers, and it doesn't take any investment to do so. Especially in this time of crisis when you have a little bit more time on these beautiful hands, why don't you just spend it and do something worthwhile after watching all my videos, because that's one of the best investments that you can do. So who is the shout out winner on this episode? First of all, I want to thank all of you. Not because I've made 40 bucks on YouTube in the last 28 days, but because when I go on my analytics, we are up 131%, which is not really true because we're up 6 times. We were getting like 200 views or 100 views like a month or two ago. Now we're getting over 1K, 2.4K per 48 hours, and you know, check our growth. Look at that beautiful hill. So a lot of people deserve to be shouted out, and we'll shout out even more people as we grow. So first shout out will be Sekim Sharma, who says, yeah, I wanna know, it's about the new video. Do you want to hear about 5 mistakes everyone is doing, including me, on Instagram? He says, yeah, I wanna know, and I say, well, there's a video on it. Next shout out is obviously the one and only IG with Steve, who says, super valuable video, bro. I use Lightroom as well. So yeah, the way I do my thumbnails, because some people asked, I use Lightroom for a preset, then I use Photoshop to blur myself, cut around me, and then use Canva to add some cool text and stuff like that. Then Sarika Verma, who says, look, oh, good comment. You can be a negative person, I'll still shout you out if it's something cool. This video was really helpful, thank you. Your videos are amazing, and I reply, thank you so much for the support, Sarika. It's great to see that the video can help you. I'll shout you out on my next video if you can also tell me your Instagram username. So yeah, I noticed her comment in the morning. Oh, more good comments. And Bet Warnsa says, I want to start a new Instagram account, what should I do? And I say, well, it's really good question, by the way. If you are pragmatic, the interesting that won't be part as much from the virus, health, business, but I would go with a topic that you're interested in. So you also can go ahead and create nice quizzes, posts, and see on the stories, and start DMs, basically the topic that we're discussing right now. Next comment, thanks for the info, man. Can you initiate a conversation from Facebook with a creator account? Really good idea, by the way. Tell him that we're shouting him out. I think the option is on... Yep, that's the case. Maybe that is the reason as well. Otherwise, bots would use the creator studio to message millions people per day without getting an action block. By the way, I'm shouting you out as we speak on Friday's video. How lovely. This is the end of this video. Make sure you like it if you haven't already, because I know you like it if you stay so far. And remember that a video that keeps the doctor away, and this is no medical advice, this is no financial advice. By the end of this video, make sure you check one of these videos out. This one or this one, this one or this one, both are good, this one or this one. I would choose this one, but choose this one, maybe this one. Choose the one that my hand stops at. Now.